Magpies fans, get ready, because Sunday's game at St. James's Park could be historic. But along with the party, there will also be farewells that no one expected. And there are some big names on this list, huh? Want to know who? Then subscribe to the channel and let's get to the news. The atmosphere promises to be electrifying at St. James's Park this Sunday. And look, it could be one of those days that go down in history. If everything goes as expected, Newcastle United could seal their place in the Premier League's top 5 once and for all, and secure a direct ticket to the next Champions League. That's right, you heard it. But wait, it's not all party time. While the fans prepare to celebrate one of the best campaigns in recent times, since winning the League Cup in March, the warning signs are also on. Because, my friend, this could be the last game for some players wearing the black and white shirt. The transfer market is coming, and yes, it's going to be busy. And even though we only think about who might arrive, the truth is that some will also have to leave. The squad isn't that big, there won't be a stampede, but the club needs to make money. In other words, get ready for goodbyes. And if there's one name that's drawing attention, it's our number 9, Callum Wilson. His contract is almost up, and so far, there's been total silence about renewing it. And you know what's even more symbolic? Wilson is 1 goal away from reaching 50 in the Premier League for Newcastle. Can you imagine him saying goodbye with that feat? But the truth is that if nothing changes, it could be his goodbye. And there's no shortage of interested parties. Leeds, for example, are keeping an eye on him. And hold on to this, Leeds also want Sean Longstaff. He's the youth product, the guy who's always carried the club in his heart. But with few chances in the starting lineup, his cycle could be coming to an end. And there's more. If United sell Longstaff, it will bring in some clean cash, which is important to balance the PSR accounts. And look, it doesn't stop there. There's been some hot talk about the arrival of a new goalkeeper. And if that happens, someone will have to make room. The most popular name? Nick Pope. High market value, highly respected, but would he accept being benched? Tough, huh? Meanwhile, Dubravka, Vlachodimos, and John Ruddy are living that famous "we don't know what's going to happen" situation. Vlachodimos, for example, is practically out. Ruddy came in as an emergency, and Dubravka, he may even stay, but his future is also up in the air. And hold on to this. Matt Targett and captain Jamal Lascelles, who were on the bench for most of the season, may also be leaving. The truth is, if a good offer comes along, they'll be in the mix. Now, this name will hurt if it happens. Kieran Trippier. The fullback, who needs no introduction, has been under investigation for a few months now. And with Livramento on the rise and Hall returning from injury, is Trippier starting to think it's time to seek one last challenge in his career? The question remains. And there's another player who's a concern, Joe Willock. He's had a difficult season, marked by injuries, and there's no shortage of speculation. Crystal Palace, for example, is monitoring him closely. If the right offer comes in, Newcastle could indeed consider the deal. And look, if you think it's over, get ready. There's always that surprise that no one expects. Remember Elliot Anderson? Last year, no one imagined he would leave, and he did. So, fans, get ready. Because whether it's the Champions League party or the farewell to someone who made history, Sunday will be one of those days of pure emotion at St. James's Park. If you want to know who stays, who leaves, and who arrives, you know what? Stay tuned here on the channel. Subscribe and share with your friends.